I'm gonna restart these. That's to say, I found this in the YouTube archive that I uploaded August. So this is a chart of education sites that happen to be on YouTube, because last year the Digital Universities Conference that Times Higher Education host was in Exeter, and then almost at the same time as they announced that, they announced a what do they call it? I'm just going to call it a chart. It's a rating, a list, which they do lots of. They do several other ones, but they've got one now for online learning places. And I thought the online university was very similar to the digital university, but it turns out that's not the case. That you can have a digital university that remains pretty much the campus model that it was previously. It's just got a lot of extra resource on the same site. And whether or not it's an online university, well, it might offer online courses as well as being a digital university on a campus. So in that sense, the online part is different as it's intended by Times Higher Education. And that's as far as I can understand it, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think going digital implies going online. So at BET, Microsoft will be there. They started out, if you like, being digital. They weren't online to start with, not in what they offered, but now clearly they are. Whereas Google, who will also be there, they're more online. I don't. If you said to companies since when Google started, it's okay. Yeah, being digital, we'll talk about that, but being online, that's optional. I don't think it would make a lot of sense. But we'll see. For example, at BET, how that works. The results were published in December, and for the UK, the Liverpool University and Essex were both gold standard. There's not a list as such, and there's several universities that did a sort of apply which aren't rated at all. But there's lots that aren't included that you think might be included, but it's their decision whether they enter it or not, apparently. So Exeter hosted the digital conference but isn't part of the online situation, and nor is Lancaster. Lancaster's going to be the site for the digital this year. That's in April. And also, by the way, there's a hashtag Higher Ed conference, which I guess is online as well. At least there's social media buzz around it, which I'm going to try and keep up with. So what I thought would be interesting would be to do a chart, which I've done or started on it anyway. A chart of educational sites as they appear on YouTube based on subscribers. And so what I've retweeted is an attempt from 28th of August. So it's called YouTube Chart 28th Org. But you might need to put at Will Pollard in there as well, because I've just done a search on that and it didn't come up. There wasn't much interest in it because it's obviously a bit peculiar. It's not an official chart, and universities are not worrying about how many subscribers they've got. But I will try and update it over the next month or so. Just have a look at if there's any changes in that and how different people compare. So I've included the BBC World Service. I think they're an educational resource, but the number one by a very long way is MIT, and I think that's because of the content. They publish and have published over a long time lots of free content of a very high quality, and I think they're very clear evidence of content marketing. And the number of subscribers is still roughly 5.5 million. It's a few more than it was in August, but it's about the same. So I guess the rest of it is about the same. And I've also done a chart for Southwest England, because obviously blended or some sort of situation that combines online and reality, or whatever you want to call it, is what goes on. Everybody is living in some sort of real space. They don't have a helmet on all the time. So looking at what exists around the Southwest UK is an interesting chart as well. And I've included all the set squared sites because they're not all in the Southwest, but it's what the available data relates to, I would think.